to be away now. I know you have your new son, Action Jackson, at home. Was it a little bit more difficult being away for these 6 weeks compared to the other one, the first one time in there?
Yeah, you know what? It was. I thought it was going to be a lot harder. It was going to be a lot longer. Because when I went the first time, my kids were like 3 or 5. They kind of really didn't know what was going on. Now
Right.
they were actually excited about it. They follow the sport. I think they know more about the sport than me sometimes. And this time, having a brand new baby is like, oh, I'm going to miss the first crawling sessions and all that stuff. But in reality, I said, you know what, man, I got to suck it up. It's something that's going to help the family, benefit them. So I'm doing it for them, man. So that part was a little bit, more difficult, but the guys in the house the second time around was veterans. That night and day kind of changed everything. You knew that everybody was there to be serious. It wasn't guys just trying to get their 15 minutes of fame. They were real fighters. So that part of it was a lot better for me.
Because you're dealing with guys that, I mean, it's very similar to my situation when I was,
That's right.
my first, when I was in the house, it was guys that were already in there. So it's not the first time guys just trying to be outrageous and oh my God, the first time they're in front of a camera. These are guys that have been through those. They've been through that already. So they're probably a little bit more mature, I'd imagine.
No doubt about it. Like there was no crazy pranks. There was nothing. It was just literally picking guys' brains, see what they're doing with their career, and literally learning from them. Because when you got a guy, especially for me, I was probably I'm not the youngest guy that was on the show, but as far as like fight experience, I had the least amount of fights. So to kind of pick some of these guys' brains and hear some of their stories and kind of learn from their mistakes and so forth, and kind of direct my career. So for me, it was huge, man. It was definitely a good experience.
Now you're on Team Cody Garbrandt, and we just talked to TJ Dillashaw a few minutes ago, and we're going to talk to Cody, I think, on Thursday. So what is your take on this animosity between these two guys? And of course, I want to ask you, what was the environment like there?
Let me tell you something. It was definitely interesting, man. I think the UFC and Fox, they should have brought in Dr. Phil as some therapist, because when you're watching from the outside, you're like, oh, this is all made up beef. It's just for ratings. They genuinely, it's emotional. It's like it's a breakup. It's almost like a divorce. So
That's right.
It was kind of tough because going into it, I didn't know Cody on a first name basis. I didn't know TJ like that. So when you started learning the ins and outs of it, it's emotional, man. Like people don't realize when you sweat and you train and you go through the trenches with somebody, your family. For me, it's harder to watch my teammates go and fight, especially if I'm around like a random knucklehead that don't know nothing, and to hear them talking trash, like it drives me crazy. Now, for somebody that you train with for 5, 6, 7 years and you build a bond, for them to just kind of, or whatever the situation may be, uproot and leave, it's emotional. And then to have like it was like a therapy session, man. I can't even, like, the first episode that everybody saw, that's like nothing compared to, actually living it for 6 weeks nonstop. It was intense.
Yeah, it seems like it does not seem put on for ratings. Like I agree with you, and again, was not there, but it seems very genuine. There's a lot of bad blood from him leaving Alpha Male, and Cody seems like a guy who's very willing to pick up some bad blood and fling it. He doesn't seem to play games. Cody doesn't fuck around. So, let me ask you too. After 19, after that season, did you? And again, did you enter the UFC and go 0-3?
Yeah, I still to this day I cannot count that Jersey loss.
I know.
That was a tough one to swallow. But,
controversial.
Leaving it in the hands of the judges.
That was split. That was a split decision too.
A controversial one, which everyone said you won.
Yeah, that was a tough one. But you know what, man? Like I'm a positive mindset kind of guy, man.
Sure.
Like I'm fortunate that I was able to spend the majority of my career and learn on the highest stage of mixed martial arts. Being in the sport for it took me 4 years to get in the UFC. With the show and everything. So I went through my bumps and bruises versus some of the best guys in the world. And some of the things that I got away with, on the regional scene, with my weight and this and that and doing it the wrong way, I learned, firsthand. And I think, Ray Longo, I remember like yesterday, he said it to me, after that fight in Jersey. He said, listen, there's a big difference between being able to make weight and being able to perform at the weight. Like, you already proved that you can make 185,
Sure.
but if you're not going to, live this lifestyle the right way and manage your weight, then what are you doing it for? Because I love food more than Matt, more than Ray, more than anybody on this planet. I'm like a food guy. Like, I'll eat Matt under the table.
I don't know about that. This might be the first time we have a disagree, Truck. He's such an easy guy to get along with. Good.
Listen, you look good. I'm talking about, like, I used to go from a fight to 185. I used to blow up to 240, 245. Like, when I used to go to the gym, they used to ask me what I weigh. I used to say 235, and I knew for a fact I was north of that, and it was just crazy. I used to have to worry about getting my weight down all the time during camp, so I really didn't get to grow as much as I could have, and I learned from that.
What's the hardest food? Like, again, for me, the hardest food to not eat, this is going to sound laughable, pretzels. I fucking love shoving pretzels in my fat face so much. What's the hardest for you?
Wait, you said pretzels?
Yeah, pretzels. Hold on a minute. Matt doesn't go with pretzels.
Everybody's
Yeah,
booing.
I don't know, man. That's pretzels of all the food. I could go down a grocery list. I think I'm Italian. My mom doesn't want to admit it, but I'm a big pasta eater. I get some baked ziti. Like, the ideal food for me is, like, let me see, like a nice big slice of pizza with some baked ziti on top. Like, you can't. That's like the greatest combination possible to mankind. But there's not too many foods I'll turn down.
Just smile. I'm here smiling like a fat guy.
That's all right. It's good. We all smile.
We went out with Raging Al for our, the pre-fight meal, and we went to a place called, I think, Motto in where was I? Nashville. Pre-fight.
Before the fight, you went out.
We went the night before.
Okay.
The after weigh-ins.
I see.
Yeah. To get the,
Not right before the fight.
I'll tell you, this was not right before. No, but what a man! We had what a delicious meal. Now we're talking about food, Jimmy. I had the pizza, and I had this.
Did Al eat pizza?
How do you pronounce it? Talaghetti. I'm gonna kill the
spaghetti.
No, it's
Talladega Nights.
My wife's gonna kill me now. I'm not pronouncing it right.
Testicles.
It's like a fettuccine.
I know what you mean.
I'm gonna get the name of it.
In Nashville, that they got good pasta in Nashville. That wouldn't be the first thing that would kind of.
You wouldn't think that, right?
Adam, listen, I enjoyed the hell out of it.
Now you're Eddie. You're Jamaican. Is there any like Jamaican dishes your mom would make that we probably have never eaten that were good?
I don't know. Have you ever had oxtail? Oxtail is out of this world.
Is that soul food, oxtail?
What the fuck is an oxtail?
Oxtail is very big. I think it's soul food. Is that considered soul food, oxtail?
I would say it's soul food, but like Jamaican, like jerk oxtail, jerk chicken, curry chicken, anything curry. I guess you could say is Jamaican or Indian because Jamaican's West Indian. But I refuse to go to any Jamaican restaurant because my mom cooks so well that there's no way. There's too much pressure on that restaurant.
It's gonna fall short.
Exactly. Yeah. Like if I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna go something that I can't cook or something that my mom's can't cook. And I'm a mama's boy. So
okay.
She calls me and tells me there's food at the house. Like I'm there. She don't have to tell me twice.
I had jerk chicken one time. I think it was a weird. I was on Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, performing for troops, and they have a jerk chicken. Like a place on Guantanamo Bay for the soldiers that's jerk chicken. I think we had it. Was really awesome.
What exactly is jerk chicken?
It's got spices on it. I'm sure Eddie can explain a lot better than me. It is spicy as hell. It's been many years. Yeah.
I think honestly, I would say that the seasoning makes it jerk because like the best jerk chicken you get in Jamaica, if you're literally driving down the side of the road, there'll be like a little shack with somebody's mom with some like hair rollers in her hair cooking the chicken, and that's like the best jerk chicken you'll get.
Yeah, food like that, like if you go down to like Austin, Texas, and other places for barbecue, it's always somebody with slippers on who's making the best food you're going to have. It's not a giant chain place. It's just somebody who kind of cooks every day. And you go down to those barbecue places, and that's the best place to get it.
Those mom and pops, man. We got to support the local businesses.
Let's get back to the fighting.
Well, you're fighting.
Me hungry.
Well, I wanted to plug Eddie's fight. It's going to be this Wednesday against Tom Galicchio. Is that how you say his name? Galicchio?
Yes, indeed. Toothless Tom.
Yes, Toothless Tom. This Wednesday it's the second episode of The Ultimate Fighter Redemption. It's your second time through, and 10 o'clock Eastern on FS1. Good luck. I mean, you know how it turned out. We don't know how it turned out, so we can't ask you. So everyone will have to tune in. You're a nice guy, man. I'm looking forward to watching you fight.
Yeah, Truck.
The pleasure's all mine, man.
Next time, come in.
I'm mad. I'm not mad. I'm not in studio. You know, any chance I get to hang out with Matt and you, Jim. You know, if you're good people in Matt's eyes, then you're a legend in my eyes. So
thank you.
I'm gonna be there.
All right. Well, next time, come in studio. Anytime you want, you'd be welcome to come in and just hang. You don't even have to be promoting anything.
Just jump on the train with me, man. We'll make an afternoon.